Good day to everybody out there to see thy wealth, water your health, drink a glass of water, also water your garden. We are creating a garden space back here that I told you guys I wanted to create. And this is where we have started, right here. This is the highest part back here. This section here, as well as this section over here. This over here is really going to be utilized for the garden as well, because this is the highest section. But I'm going to take you back here a little bit. Also, if you guys have any garden ideas that you can give me, the ones that have gardens or the ones that have garden, for someone else and, have some skills. I don't want to, if you have any comments or have any tips that you like to give to me, let me know, please. I like to get all types of information and go research. But anyhow, we got this section open up. This was all done by hand. No power tools, no gas, none of that. So we want to open all this up, and then we'll plant our garden within this. And on this side, we've started to open up as well, as you can see. So over here, this is all going to be the garden too. We're going to clear all of this back here. This is all going to be cleared just as well like this. And we're going to start planting our garden, everything pretty much that we eat. Everything that we eat, we're going to plant over here in this garden. Yes, we're going to have a garden over by the house. I've been doing other things, so I've been neglecting that one. The okra was the only thing that survived out of everything that I planted. The cucumber didn't do so well. I don't know if it got too much sun or what. Or honestly, I don't think I watered it enough. Time was in other spaces and doing other things. It is what it is. We fall down, we get back up, right? But anyhow, this is how we're going to get back up. We're going to get back up on a bigger piece with a little bit more, with some help, just to get started. And then once we get started, we can maintain and do our maintenance from there. But we're going to start with this over here. We're going to plant some fruit trees back here too. And that's how I think we're going to design a lot of our gardens around the fruit trees, so the fruit trees can provide the natural shade as opposed to a greenhouse, and just kind of do what I've been learning online. I've been seeing a lot of things on YouTube University when it comes to this permaculture design and, utilizing everything that you have within reach when it comes to the canopy, the support trees, the underbrush, everything else, So I want to kind of implement what I've been learning there and put it all back here, all around really. But with the garden, I'm gonna start that, since I'll be, it's a lot less trees over here than it is up in the forest that you guys may have seen on the other videos. And like I said, if you guys have any tips that you can help me with and want to let me know, please let me know. It's going to be a pretty big area back here. I'm going to say it's going to be at least 3/4 of an acre to an acre that I'm going to probably garden. 3/4 of an acre to an acre that has to be used for gardening. Has to be. I love to make juices. I love fresh salads. I love fresh papaya. That'll be back here too. They said to kind of use those every 8 feet for that natural shade, and it'll be providing fruit as well. So, and papaya, you can get those fruits in about 6 months to a year. So it's just going to be a lot of learning and techniques that I'm going to be picking up on in these next 3 to 6 months. And we're going to turn it up. This next 30 to 60 days, we're going to turn it up. And in 3 to 6 months, you're going to see a lot of growth, because it usually takes 60, 90 days to 120 days for you to get your fresh first harvest when it comes to the vegetables or fruit, depending on whatever you make. Depending on whatever you're growing. So in about 60 days, in the next 30 to 60 days, we're turning it up a notch, just so we can get that production in the 90 to 120 days from now. Because we got to get that food going. We have to get it going. It's been too long. I've been focusing on other things. The fruit trees that are here already, I wanted to get those up and clean and manicured, and, so they can start producing, especially the coconuts. Those are my favorite. I wanted to get those going. And now that I got those going, I want to get the garden going. And once the garden is done, then we'll get back to the structure of the property when it comes to planting more fruit trees. pruning current fruit trees, knocking down and felling the trees so we could plant new fruit trees and not, get rid of some of the shade. Although we don't really need we can start back here when it comes to a lot of the fruit tree production, because I'd rather save all the trees in the front for as long as possible. I'd rather not get rid of the trees. I love the trees. I love the look. I love the privacy. It's something magnificent about it, a lot of energy. I never would have thought, but I'm here. I never would have thought that I'd be one to try to save a tree. Like, I never really cared about a tree. 10, 15 years ago, I didn't care. Now it's like, I want to keep all the trees I can and grow more. So things are changing. I'm evolving. Some of my ideas of what we're doing, and then showing you some of the progress. I showed you some of the clearing up there, but now we're showing you some of the clearing back here. And we're going to keep showing you every day when we do some clearing. I'm going to show you some more clearing later on. You know what I'm saying? And I might not shorten this video like this. I might bring you back for another video later on. Or I might just leave it like this one, throw it out, come back, do another one, and throw that one out too. We can do what we want, right? Anyhow, I appreciate y'all for tapping in. Maybe I can go for a couple more minutes. I don't know. See, the fruit trees, I think they could take more rainwater than the vegetables. So we're gonna knock down more underbrush back there. Of course, we're gonna keep our 20-foot cushion. Within our 20-foot cushion, we're done. And then after that, everything is coming down. We're gonna plant more fruit trees from here all the way to the 20 feet, the borderline on our southern border, and just kind of utilize every square foot that we can here, man. That's what it's about. And eventually, I like to get into producing some chickens to lay eggs, because that's a really big thing. I don't have any source of revenue. Couple sources of revenue, but we want to expand and do what we do. I don't really need much money here, but if I can, I'm a hustler. I'm an entrepreneur. And if I can make some extra money, that's what it is. I'm going to do that to put money back into the economy, pay for some of the workers, pay for myself, of course. So we definitely want to capitalize on that somehow, some way. And I feel like I will find that eventually, organically, not something I'm looking for, but organically. I think the chickens will be something that I start small with, maybe enough to, 40 to 50 birds. I don't know. And then we'll take it from there, because I don't really want to, you got to think about a lot when it comes to the chickens, even the smell, even getting certain certifications and authorizations from people to even sell those damn eggs, I believe. I don't know. This is my first time getting into something like this, but I believe the eggs, a lot of people love eggs. Not me. I don't eat any animal products. Maybe some honey. I'm sorry. Maybe. But I don't do animal products. So I'm not one that you call a vegan. I like to use the term for hashtag purposes, and but I don't really care to. I've been wearing leather, never stopped wearing it, But beyond that, I'm not a vegan in that sense. I like to consider myself someone that just eats vegetables, vegetarian in the historical sense, reference, But no, this is what we have here. I appreciate y'all for tapping in, man. Y'all been coming in and checking out the videos. The channel been going up. The channel been going down. The channel been staying where it is. The channel's just been evolving, and I appreciate y'all for lingering around and putting up with me and just tapping in. At least sometimes I try to give value. Sometimes I come on here and you get what you get, but it is what it is, man. Listen, do something today. Plant you a garden, plant you a plant, plant you a fruit tree, plant you something. But this is See Thy Wealth. Water your health. Drink a glass of water.